Headers and footers can be used to display page information within a document. For example, we can actually add information within the header of page 1 that will be different from the information that we find at the top of page 2. When we refer to a header, we're talking about the very top part of the page, and then the footer, of course, that's the bottom part. So first, let's look at the two different ways we can enter the header and the footer. The first way is to simply double click right in this area. Notice where my cursor is. It's almost near the very edge of the paper. So I'm going to double click. And notice now I'm inside the header. And it also says right here, header. If we double click below this line, that will take us out of the header. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page, notice we have the name footer. This area right in here, below this dotted line, that's the footer. So we can actually type information in here if we wanted to. And the same works for the header as well. So let's double click below the line, and that takes us out of the header. And another way of entering the header is to click on the Insert tab, and notice the header icon right here. If we click on header, then it gives us options as it relates to the different types of headers we could actually place within a document. So click anywhere else on your document. So I want you to double click again, and let's get inside the header. Just kind of get used to understanding how do you get inside that header. And then there's another way of closing the header and footer. It's up here on the far right hand side of your ribbon. Click close header and footer. It takes you out. Now, how do you put text on one page, or actually, text on one page that's going to be different in the header of text on another page? You have to add what are called section breaks. And so what we're going to do is go to the Layout tab, and we're going to click on Breaks, and then click on Next Page. Now, let's double click inside the header. Right now you're at the top of page 2. Double click, and notice you have section 1 and then section 2. So this is header section 2. This is footer section 1. If you scroll all the way up to the top of the document, this is section 1. But what we're going to do is unlink, if you will, these two sections. In other words, they won't be connected, because if I type information in here right now at the top of section 2, the header, if you scroll all the way up, it appears at the top of section 1. So let's delete that for now. Notice this little icon here. It's highlighted, link to previous. Click on it one time, and that will disconnect these two sections. What that means is I can treat section 1 different from how I type information in section 2. So if I type Dr. Fisher here, you scroll all the way up to the top, notice nothing appears here. So if you will, if this was a term paper, let's say this is the cover page here, page 1, and then this is the body of the paper that starts on page 2. So whatever I do in this header will not appear in this particular header. And it works the same way with numbers as well. If you had a professor or a teacher who said, I don't want a page number on page 1, but I want it to start on page 2, we can do that. We'll talk more about page numbers in the very next video tutorial. So that's how you can manipulate your headers and your footers within a document.